Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make Link Sackboy, and I'm going to show you the pattern down below, and this video is going to be a little bit longer, and it's going to be more convenient for you guys so that you don't have to skip from one video to the next video. So it's all going to be in one video, and I hope you guys find this helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, so first of all, you have to start with a normal Sackboy head. And this time I used cream colored yarn. Before I stuffed it, I decided to add the hair first, because when it's stuffed and you add the hair, sometimes the stuffing comes out. And now I am going to change yarn. So like it says in the instructions, this is pretty much how I changed yarn. So on your very last stitch, don't complete it. Just pull the yarn through the last stitch like this. You take the white yarn, because we're going to change to white this time for his inner shirt, and you add it like this. Okay, so you hold it behind it and yarn over, and you pull it through both loops. So that's pretty much it. And chain one, of course, like you follow the rest of the instructions. Chain one, and then you turn around and you do one single crochet until you reach the end of the row. Now I have made the body and attached the zipper, but I don't think the zipper is actually going to be seen as much. I'm going to try to sew the clothes on and stuff like that, so that it doesn't cover much of it, but it'll cover this much probably. And I started the legs, and then he has like a little collar thing up here, and I just did a strip. Let's see, I did chain 4, and I did a row. I did, let's see how many rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I did 20 rows, so this is what it's supposed to look like. It depends on how big the body is over here, because you're gonna do this. You're gonna wrap it around him and then attach it here at the bottom so that it looks like he has a collar on that goes like this. Okay, so now I sewed it all the way around. For his boots, I did chain 4, and then I did 1 single crochet for 15 rows or so. I sewed it all the way around, and I just connected it here instead of here, so it looks like boots. And yeah, you just do the same thing for both legs. Okay, so for this part, I decided to sew it together. And for the jacket that goes around him, I made this rectangular piece. So if you follow the pattern, it should look like this. So it's supposed to sort of look like that. I went ahead and sewed the green jacket. Okay, so you know, for this right here, the arms, when I picked up stitches, I picked up stitches from this jacket right here, the shirt, because you can't really pick up stitches from underneath since I put it on top. So pick up stitches from the jacket or the shirt layer that you put on. For the hat, I did something like this, so you pretty much follow the pattern, but when you get to the fold, the part where you have to chain 1 and turn around, let's see, let's take out the marker. So when you reach here, you chain 1, you turn it around, and then instead of going through both loops, you only go through the back loops. So for this row, back loops only. So back loop. As you can see, I finished 1 row, and you can see there's a line that goes all the way around. When you straighten it up like this, you can see it, and it folds over quite nicely. And one more thing, for this row you just don't do single crochets, you do 9 single crochets, and then you do 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then you do that all the way around. And then when you're done this row, you create a slip stitch with this next stitch right here, the very first one you created when you turned it around. So you create a slip stitch with this one, and there's going to be a little gap here, so you can sew that up after you're done. So once you do that, you just keep on crocheting all the way around for 3 or 4 rows, depending on how large you want the fold to be. For the hat, I just took several strands out from the front for his bangs, and I'm gonna cut this. So you pretty much just put it on his head like this, tuck in like the rest of the hair in the hat. Okay, so right here I have the ears. So this is actually the final ear, where it kind of folds over like this, and this one is what it looks like before, and then this one's after. So I'll show you how to make this folding part right here. So we're gonna start on this side. You are just gonna put your hook through any of these, an opening through the beginning part here, and then you pull your slip knot through. Once you have that, you put it through the next hole right here, and then pull yarn through, and then you keep on doing that down this top part of the ear. I've already sewed the ears on, and that's what he looks like. And then I also attached the hat so it doesn't come off. Okay, so for the belt, I did a chain 3, and I believe I did 21 rows with just single crochets, and then I sewed it onto him after that. And for these straps, I just did chain 3, and then I finished off. I made 4 of them, and then I just sewed it onto him like that. And for this, I just chained 8 and just shape it around so it looks like a belt buckle, sew it on to secure it, and then for this middle part, I did chain 3. Okay, so now for the belt across his chest, you're going to do the same thing as you did with this one, except there are not going to be any loops. So this is the top part of the shield, and we're going to make the bottom. For the bottom part, you have to create stitches. So first of all, you have to make a slip knot. And then you just pick whichever side. But at the end you should end up with 14 stitches. So just insert your crochet hook here, and then pull your slip knot through. Okay, so as you can see, there's another opening right here. You just pull the yarn through, and then there's 1 stitch. You do the same thing for the next opening, and then you just do this until you end up with 14 stitches. Okay, so this is the shield, and I've already sewn the mirror part, which is this gray part, and I did all the little decorations on it. For the back part, I created, it's the same shape as this gray one, but it's just brown, and I put this in the back, and then I put a strap for his arm so he can hold on to it. And one tip is to do the decorations first, so that the loose ends will be hidden on the back of the mirror, and it's in between, you can't really see it. The same for this. Sew this on first before sewing it onto this red piece right here. For this sword, you are gonna have multiple parts, and first of all, you have to make the hilt of the sword, and after that, you can make the guard. This is what the guard looks like. It goes like this, as you can see here. It goes on the other side of this. I made 2 of them so that the sword doesn't look so flimsy and it actually just stands by itself, so that's why there's another side of it. So they're doubles of everything except the hilt, of course. And it's just gonna go like this. It has this, which is the blade. I used gray yarn for this. And then this is supposed to go on top like this. And there's a circle little decoration thing that goes on the guard, and it goes in the middle. And for this particular piece right here, there are like gray markings on it, and I wasn't quite sure what to do with it, but I just did, I chained 2, and then I created a slip stitch with the first chain, and it looks sort of like this. It looks sort of like a triangle when you do it like that. So I created 6 of these so that it would go on top like this. And for this bigger piece right here, I chained 3, and then I did a single crochet in the second and third chains. So it also kind of looks like a triangle. This sword, I already showed you how I put it together, but I realized it was really big. I mean, I knew it was big, but then I made the sheath, and then it was way too big to sew it onto his back. So I made a smaller one. It's pretty much the same thing, except this blade is a little different. It's a little simpler than this one. As you can see, this one has curves, and this one's straight. So the pattern for this will be down below, and I don't know if I want to put the pattern for this one because it is kind of big, but if you guys want to make this, I will put the pattern down below as well. And for the sheath, you just follow the pattern. The pattern is just for one side, so you have to make 2, and then you sew it together. I made 2 half circles, and the pattern for this is below 2. And for this, what I'm going to do for this is to fold it in half, like so, and then the other one I folded in half as well, and then it's just going to have like something like that on the top, so it doesn't look so plain. Once you sew the half circles on here, you'll get something like this. It'll look like this on both sides, but I went ahead and sewed the 2 edges here together so that it looks better, and the blue part is barely showing. Actually, your goal is to have the blue part not showing at all in the middle.